Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Best MTG Decks Ever. I'm your host, Joe, and we are back. It's been a little, we took a little break, had to move, upgraded the studio, went several more levels deep, many more basements. But yeah, we're back, and the content is Commander. So today we're going to be talking about cards. It's going to be removal, or I mean, not all of them are removal, but most of them are removal. But they're cards that are mostly unknown, not commonly played, but are very advantageous when it comes to card advantage and removal. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. One of the more famous ones that is highly debated is Arcane Denial. Yeah, Arcane Denial is an instant. It's blue. It's one colorless, one blue, counter target spell. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So while I'm giving these explanations, a lot of it is going to have to do with card advantage and where we end up after we do removal or whatever effect that we're going for. So with Arcane Denial, let's just say we're at the table and there are 4 players and all the players have 5 cards in hand. 5, 5, 5, and 5. Someone plays some sort of spell. Okay, so now it's 5, 5, 4, and 5 with one of the spells being on the stack. I cast Arcane Denial. It goes onto the stack. So now we're at 4, 5, 4, and 5. And Arcane Denial counters that spell. They both leave. And then at the next turn's upkeep, that guy would draw 2. I would draw 1. So after everything's said and done, the card advantage, or the where we end up, is 5, 5, 6, 5. So we stopped whatever they were doing, and they gained 1 card in advantage. And we didn't lose a card in advantage because we drew a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. So that's that's the kind of thought process that we want to be taking into account when we're looking at these cards. And let's just hop right into it. So let's just start off with Arcane Denial. So a lot of people don't like Arcane Denial because the person that you're countering gets to draw 2 cards. However, there are some adaptations to this which cost more mana. So instead of paying 2, we have Dream Fracture. Dream Fracture is 2 blues, 1 colorless, and its counter target spell, its controller draws a card, you draw a card. So in the same situation as before, 5, 5, 5, and 5, 5, 5, 4, and 5, and then we counter with Dream Fracture. So 4, 5, 4, and 5, 2 cards on the stack. Dream Fracture counters the first one. They draw, we draw. So at the end of it all, with the mana spent, it's 5, 5, 5, and 5. So we didn't lose any card advantage. They didn't lose any card advantage, but we did stop whatever effect it was. So when you're thinking about using cards like this, you would want to be countering pivotal game-winning effects. Essentially, you want the mana that you are spending to only counter things which are absolutely mandatory to counter. Otherwise, the game is over. And then you can go a step deeper. If you have 4 mana, you've got Dismiss. Dismiss is 2 blue, 2 colorless, counter target spell, draw a card. So if we were to look at the card advantage again, when we're starting out, everyone has 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Okay, someone casts a spell, 5, 5, 4, and 5. I cast Dismiss, 4, 5, 4, 5. 2 are on the stack. My Dismiss counters his. I draw a card. Now at the end of this, it's 5, 5, 4, 5. So now I've ensured that my card advantage didn't drop below the 2 people who aren't interacting with what's going on. So I stay at 5, they stay at 5. He, however, doesn't draw, loses. It just takes more mana with Dismiss than it does with the other ones. It just depends on your kind of playstyle and what you're willing to deal with. Do you want to be able to counter spells with only 2 mana? Well, then you're going to be going with Arcane Denial. Do you have some sort of a setup where you will probably have access to this? Let me give you an example. I run Dismiss in my Galazeth Prismari deck, because in my Galazeth Prismari deck, I'm creating all sorts of tokens and stuff. They can cast Dismiss on my turn, and they'll kind of sit there. Everyone notices untapped islands, but they don't always notice untapped tokens. So they might sit there, and if I've got 4 treasure tokens, I can tap them all, and I can dismiss, counter it. I don't lose any card advantage. They lose card advantage. Okay, so let's go into, there are 3 cards that I think are some of the better removal while taking card advantage into account. One of them is Smash. Smash is 1 red, 2 colorless. It's an instant, and it is destroy target artifact, draw a card. So essentially, with this one, with card advantage, it's the exact same as if you were running in the dismiss scenario that I said. You've got 5, 5, 5, and 5. Someone casts 1. They cast an artifact. You need to destroy that artifact right away. You cast this. So then it's 4, 5, 4, 5. Smash resolves. You draw a card, and they are at a card disadvantage. You've removed the threat, and you still are in a position. You haven't lost your position when it comes to card advantage with your other opponents. This is something that's not always taken into account when you're playing a game, is how is your card advantage going to be with the other opponents after you've resolved some sort of interaction with a single opponent? Because you've got 3 opponents. And that's the reason why I'm talking about these cards. It's all about ensuring that after you have interacted with somebody else, you've stopped them from winning, that you haven't put yourself in a weaker position to handle the other people. Next up, I've got Exclude. It is a blue card. 1 blue, 2 colorless, instant, counter target creature spell, draw a card. So essentially with Exclude is you've got 3 mana, counter the enemy's commander, you don't lose any card advantage. It's essentially in some metas, like say the play group that you play with all the time, they all have 2-cost commanders or something. You might not be getting the same kind of value out of Exclude as, say, if you were, going up against a commander that had a significant cost to it, like Xanathar Guild Kingpin. It costs 6, so you're paying 3 to counter a 6 spell. You're countering their commander, they can't get it out, they can't mind control you, and you don't lose any card advantage. Next up, we've got Aura Blast. This is my personal favorite unknown removal spell, which really focuses on card advantage. So Aura Blast is 2 mana. It's 1 white, 1 colorless. It is an instant. Destroy target enchantment, draw a card. So Aura Blast, I think, is one of the most efficient, best removal spells with card advantage baked into it. 4 white, period. I auto-include Aura Blast in every single white deck that I have. Every single game of Commander, there's always an enchantment on the board that I need to take care of. And Aura Blast gets rid of it for 2 mana. You don't lose card advantage. It's at instant speed. It's auto-include for all of my white decks. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's going to be a lot more Commander content coming soon. I'm going to have to redo my studio and multi-million-dollar studio. And hope talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.